I'll tell you how to fall in love with reading part B. And if you are watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing the channel and share the video to others so that we help others and grow together. Sample 3 question 2. Step 1, find the topic or the title. Immediately, as soon as you go into that particular question or text, you have to look into the title of the text. That gives the idea. What is it speaking about? Here, transfer of patients is the title and transfer is the main aspect. The main concept is transfer. That is step 1. Step 2, skim the questions for hedging words. Check transfer of patients, hedging words. What are the hedging words? Concept-based and differentiating. What is the concept-based hedging words? In the first one, it is interested parties. Second one is transfer. Third one is when the transfer is complete. After transfer, which means after transfer. First one speaks about interested parties. Second one speaks about transfer of patients. Third one speaks about after transfer. So from the very concept-based hedging words, what should be the answer? Transfer. Second one, which means the whole title. That's what I said. You should look into the title first. So the title speaks about transfer, not about the interested parties, not what is after the transfer, but during the transfer. Now, differentiating hedging words. Hedging words means keywords. Consent. First one is consent, all necessary consent. Second one is personal care plan. Third one, ongoing cooperation. So these are the differentiating hedging words. So while transfer, should you look into the consent aspect or personal care plan? From your general knowledge, you know, while transferring a patient, what you do? You transfer the care plan as well, right? That's
Yes.
attached to your duty or profession. Naturally, you do it. So even from your general sense, you can understand the answer. You need not go into all these analysis, but we are doing it in detail so that we are able to analytically look into the whole aspect of the competency. Now, step number 3, scan the text for the answer. When you scan, as I taught you in the previous session, there are 5 steps. First step, find the topic. Again, just read the topic, focus on the topic because that's very important, the title or heading. Step 2, identify the opening sentence, that is a topic sentence. What does it speak? Normally, the gist or the main idea of the whole text or the paragraph is in the topic sentence that generally it is in the first sentence. Step 3, identify the paragraph structure. Step 4, scan the text for the answer. Now you have to scan the text for the answer. Step 5, analyze the text and answer options. Identify the paragraph structure. See, what is the structure of the paragraph? See, transfer of guidance memo. You know, here it is about guidance because the question reads, it's about guidance to someone to do something. Okay, this is the heading paragraph. We are looking into the paragraph structure. This is the topic sentence. The critical care area transferring team and the receiving ward team should take shared responsibility for the care of the patient being transferred. Being transferred is important. It controls the whole tense of the text. Who should do it? The topic sentence says the critical care areas transferring team and the receiving ward team. So it's a guidance to do something. So who should do is the question. Second one, when they should do. When something is to be done while transferring the patient being transferred. What should be done? Duty explained. Now we said there should be something done. They are asking guidance is given to do something. So who has to do what and when? Now what should be done? Duty explained. Duty number 1, duty number 2. 2 duties are explained. So one of them must be the answer. Next one is after the transfer is complete in the past tense. So it's not relevant for us. Okay. Again, you know, it speaks about should not, must. It's not speaking about must. It's a suggestion. Second paragraph is only a suggestion or recommendation or advice, whereas first paragraph speaks about mandatory duty that you have to do. 2 duties. So this is advisory. Okay. Guidance. Who should do? Second one, when the thing should be done, the duty or the thing, particular thing, what they have said, when it should be done, what should be done, duty explained, duty 1, duty 2. Then if you have duty 3, one of these must be the answer. This is providing structure of the paragraph. This I have put in a schema now. Analyze the text and answer options. That's the real analysis. See, according to the guidance notes means guidelines given. Guidelines always tell somebody should do something. Who has to do? All staff involved in transferring patients from critical to general care must obtain all necessary consent from any interested parties, ensure that the patient's personal care plan is transferred, make arrangements for ongoing cooperation once the transfer is complete. This is not given, this past tense. Okay. And here, continuity of care through a formal structured handover from critical care area staff to ward staff supported by a written plan. The guidance says what should be done. And here, first strategy should be who should do? All staff involved. Synonymous of the critical care area transferring team and the receiving ward team. All staff involved in transferring patients from critical to general care must. The synonymous is ensure. Should ensure. And here below, who should do? Subject not mentioned. In the second paragraph, when patients are transferred to the general ward from a critical care area, they should be offered information about their condition. They are speaking about the patients who are transferred. They are not speaking about any information being transferred. They are not speaking about a duty of the staff, all staff. So the second paragraph doesn't say who should do it. Normally, here all staff involved must do it. So the subject is not mentioned. That itself says it's irrelevant. And modal verb, now you see must synonyms. Some synonyms I am identifying. Must means one thing we have seen now. Ensure, should ensure, ought to means must, have to means must, required to means must, necessary to do something means must do, obliged to do something, essential to do something means must do. All these are the synonyms of must, the modal verb must. So if these words appear, that means it's a synonymous. That's same as must. So also you can say if some word like precondition comes, that is also synonymous of must. And prerequisite, imperative, you got to do it, obligation, mandatory. So these all are synonymous expressions of must, the modal verb must. Elimination of absolutes. Absolutes are these, all and any interested parties. Obtain all necessary consent from any interested parties. The result from your general sense, doesn't make any sense. There'll be so many interested parties. Strategies tense. Here you see transferring patients. Ensure that the patient's personal care plan is also transferred while transferring the patients. Once the transfer is complete, when patients are transferred, the past tense. So looking at the tense as well, you can eliminate. Synonymous language. Continuity of care through a formal, structured handover supported by a written plan, personal care plan. In the option B speaks about continuity of care through a formal, structured handover supported by a written plan. Simply said, the synonymous language used is personal care plan. And paraphrasing, see, they should jointly ensure that there is continuity of care through a formal, structured handover supported by a written plan. The option B is the paraphrasing of this statement. Ensure that the patient's personal care plan is also transferred. Ignore the subject complements. You see, in two places you have subject complements, including both medical and nursing staff, that is not required within brackets. And after the comma, the receiving ward with support from critical care if required. That's also is a complement not required. So such things can be eliminated so that you can save time. And secondly, you can understand better when it's not very long or complicated. Transfer of patients. And the strategies, clues, or tips that we are going to use is modal verb, elimination of absolutes, tense, synonymous language, paraphrasing, and ignore the subject complements. Already we have taught strategies to you. Among those several strategies, we will be using these 6 in this one particular question. Okay, let's have a look into the question now. According to the guidance notes, all staff involved in transferring patients from critical to general care must. So how do you analyze this? What is important here? Using words. All staff. They are supposed to do something, right? Who is supposed to what? All staff. Do what?
Transferring patients.
Now coming to the options. Tell me what is hedging words or the keyword options A, B, C.
All necessary consent.
Okay, so do you have any strategy here?
Absolute.
Absolute means what you have to do?
Eliminate.
How many absolutes are there?
2 are there.
2 absolutes. So yeah, so automatically the option is eliminated. Let's check. Second one, ensure that the patient's personal care plan is also transferred. What is important here?
Personal care plan.
And ensure also will be important. We'll have to look into it because must is there. Here there is must. Somebody highlighted earlier, must is there. Okay. The third one is ongoing cooperation. Ongoing cooperation when?
Once
Transfer is
complete.
Once the transfer is complete,
Transfer.
means this is speaking about something
After
after the
After the transfer.
But what is the question according to the guidance notes? All staff involved in transferring patients. Transferring patients is the present progressive. What's happening now? Okay.
Yes.
What you should do now? Present tense. Present.
Present.
Now this one is third one is after transferring. Transfer is over.
Yeah.
Now what should be done? So will it be in this paragraph? No, that
No.
cannot be because of the different tense. You can say, let's see. So we will check it up. Heading is very important. Transferring patients, and so the idea is transfer of patients. Now coming to the text, anything that you feel striking?
Topic sentence transferring team.
Transferring team and the referring ward team. Now in the question stem, do you have any synonymous of transfer?
All staff.
All staff is the synonymous of transferring team and the receiving ward team. Should take shared responsibility for the care of the patient being transferred. They should jointly ensure. Should ensure means ensure is
Must.
should ensure. Should make sure means must. So ensure means equivalent of must. Okay.
Written plan.
Written plan. Okay. Equivalent of
Personal
which?
care.
Personal care. Okay. Written plan is synonymous of personal care. Anything else? A formal
Structured
handover. What does it mean?
equal to personal care plan.
Personal care plan.
Care plan.
Actually, we have seen that first one is two absolutes, so we eliminated. Third one is actually speaking about what has to be done after the transfer. But the question is not about after the transfer, but being transferred. During the transfer, what is to be done? Okay. So you feel there is answer here? There is continuity of care through a formal structured handover from critical care area staff to ward staff. Here you can eliminate this, ignore the subject complements so you can save time. Ward staff supported by a written plan. A formal structured handover, a written plan is equivalent of personal care plan. So now coming to this second paragraph, when patients are transferred, what does it mean?
After transferring.
After transfer.
After transfer.
They are not asking about after transfer. They are asking during the process of transfer. So should we read this portion?
No need.
That's not required. So you save time. Even otherwise, you are sure
No
the
need for
answer is here.